is what we'll have. This is going to be our solution for water scarcity. Is going to be our solution for, the shortcomings that we have had in agriculture. Where exactly are we in the 100 Dams project?
The 100 Dams project was, the main target was water harvesting. And not more than once I've said that in this country we don't have a problem with water. Right now it's raining, actually outside the office. The studios.
Right.
All that water is heading into the drains. So that was a very clear message of water harvesting. And on this we have classified most of these dams into PPPs, whereby because of the size and the actual cost of doing a big dam, the exchequer or the government of Kenya cannot actually sustain some of these projects considering our fiscal space. I think you're also aware of our fiscal space.
All right.
Now, we have these dams classified under public-private partnerships, where we are looking for a proponent to actually invest in doing these projects. These, we have dams like Radat that we have put out there to attract investors in this industry. The PPP process is slow. It is not a snap of a finger kind of arrangement,
right,
because a proponent has to do studies out there, feasibility, etc., and then submit a privately initiated proposal to the ministry. Then it goes through the PPP directorate, so it's a lengthy process. Some of them are actually in the process of that. However, the projects that we have ongoing as a ministry, for example, Moache Dam, that are not funded by, that are funded by development partners such as World Bank, and the other dams that we are actually doing, we are fast-tracking them to ensure that their completion is on course. And bottom line of this is, as a country, we really need to invest on water storage.
Right.
When do we actually need water? It is during the dry period. When do we actually need this irrigation most? It is during the dry period. So, as a country, I've always said we actually need to be objective about it, and someone has to be deliberate.
Right.
Underline that.
Objective and deliberate. Now,
about water storage.
CS, PPP is a trigger word for a lot of the youth in this country. When they hear PPP, they feel like they're being bamboozled. Now, there's this investment plan that, of course, the ministry is coming up with that is supposed to trigger so much, progress, but there is the private investor factor. How exactly are we consolidating this?
So maybe I start by, because you've said there's this investment vehicle you're coming up with.
Yes.
For quite a while, if you allow me to explain, is that we have been doing uncoordinated irrigation. The mandate of the State Department of Irrigation is, as per the executive order, is first of all to store water and manage floods, because storage of water means managing floods. Secondly, is to use that water to develop infrastructure for irrigation. Thirdly, once the irrigation schemes have been developed, they have a responsibility of managing the national irrigation schemes, and we only have 7 national irrigation schemes.
Right.
From then, we also have a duty to actually train, capacity build, etc. Now, to your question, as the ministry is doing this, counties are also doing their own small-scale irrigation projects. We have NGOs in this country that set up model farms in different areas of the country, uncoordinated. So, because the ministry has the responsibility of planning, we have come up with what we call NISI, the National Irrigation Sector Investment Plan. So what is that? Which is this monster we are calling NISI, as you described it.
What is this animal?
It's not an animal. It's a coherent, systematic plan. First, to solve 2 problems. To orient our focus nationally, incorporating all stakeholders, development partners, the private sector, the ministry, county governments, the farmers, and actually blended financing. To make irrigation coherent, ensure sustainability, and more so, ensure coordination. When all this is achieved, we have targets and budgets. So it's also an investment vehicle. It's a plan to raise the money to achieve our targets. And our targets are ambitious because we have a plan by 2027 to put like almost 1.28 million acres under irrigation.